right, so how are you feeling about this game this weekend?
I'm feeling really good. You know, it's a crosstown rivalry game, so you always look forward to playing in these big games. So, just working this whole week and getting prepared for it.
This is the second one for you now, right? The USC game. Is it any different this time around, or does it mean a little more to you now that you've kind of had a taste of what it's all about?
I love big games. Every game we go into the same way, just focus on being 1-0 that whole week leading up to the game. So we're just doing everything we can to be prepared to go out and do our job.
How do you feel like the team's responded in practice to Saturday's loss?
You hate losing. It's one of those things that hits home because, you put your all into this game. So coming out with the L kind of hurts, but, it's one of those things you learn from, and that's what you focus on to build on that.
Going back to the rivalry, just in general, a lot of guys from out of state. For guys that do come from out of state, how long does it maybe take you to acclimate yourself to the history and all that?
You kind of hear about it. It's one of those things, once you get here, you kind of hear about the rivalry. And being on the team, all these guys become your brothers. So if it's a problem for them, it starts to become a problem for you. And as soon as you hit the field, it's one of those things you start to hear, chirping on both sides of the ball. So it kind of hits you real quick.
From your area, would it have been, I'm guessing Texas-Oklahoma would have been a big rivalry?
There's a lot. And for football, it's actually hard because, there's a lot of historical rivalries, but the more you play teams, the more you start talking and stuff, those little games start to become, rivals as well. So, you got Texas, Oklahoma, A&M, Alabama, those type of games, can become rivals too.
How did it feel stepping onto the field the first time in this rivalry last year? Did it feel different than maybe some of the other rivalries that you played in?
Not really. It was pretty huge, like I said, because, we have a lot of guys on our team from California, and guys on both, they played together. Guys over here played with guys over there growing up for football, so a lot of tensions were built up, but, guys were just looking forward to going out there and play.
Your dad's from this area. Did you, grow up knowing about the rivalry? Obviously, you grew up in Texas, so it might be a little bit different, but did you get some of it from your dad?
Oh, yeah, I heard some stuff about it, but, he was mainly focused on just going out there and, playing with your heart and doing what you're supposed to do.
Do you know if your dad was a USC or UCLA guy?
He ended up going to TCU,
right.
So he was a Texas guy at heart, so, yeah, I'm going to leave it there.
What have you seen out of that USC secondary?
Like I said, they play fast, physical. So we're just going to go out there and play the same, get prepared and do what we do.
Cool. Thanks, Cam.
Thank
you.
Hey, Jake.
Yeah.
How you doing, man?
Good.
Well, obviously, rivalry week. You coming from Duke, that Duke-Carolina rivalry, how does it maybe compare? Obviously, you haven't played the game itself yet, but just as far as being around campus.
Yeah, like the buzz and stuff like that. It's definitely comparable. I've been Duke, Carolina the last 4 years. Excited to be a part of this one. Obviously heard all the stories. Funny, they're both you win a bell on both rivalries, which is cool. But yeah, there's definitely a buzz around. It's cool to kind of be a part of this game and be a part of this rivalry. So I'm excited about it.
Does it feel different for you? You're just dropped in here versus Duke, North Carolina. You were kind of growing in that for years.
I think it does a little bit. I think at the end of the day though, it's a big game. I don't think anybody, fan bases might have something to say about this, but I don't think anybody on the team really hates anybody on the other team. So at the end of the day, it's just a big game. We need a win right now. They obviously need a win as well. So I'm excited. But like I said, the buzz around campus is definitely present. We're doing our best to kind of stay focused on, X's and O's, scheme and game plan and stuff like that.
As a receiver, one thing I always heard in high school was the ball touches your hand, you should be able to catch it.
Got to catch it.
Does that last play in that Arizona game kind of stick with you? Do you think it's going to stay with you for a little while?
Yeah, it's going to hurt for a little while. Obviously, would have loved to have made that play. But touch your hand, you got to catch it. So I got to come down with that one. Obviously, try to turn the page on that, but like you said, that'll stick around for a little while.
In terms of turning the page, how do you feel like the team's responded?
I think the blessing is that it's this game that comes after that one. I think we'd probably be talking a little bit more about turning the page and having a hard time turning the page if it wasn't this game. So looking at it like that as a positive, it's hard not to get up for this game. So even coming off a loss, guys are excited. Guys are ready to go. It's USC, UCLA, so it should be fine.
Did
you ever remember watching USC, UCLA when you were at Duke or just growing up?
Just growing up early, like Reggie Bush days almost. And then, Saturdays in November, late November, you throw on Rivalry Week and, USC, UCLA. So I flipped the channel over there for a couple minutes. But I haven't, like you said, I haven't been really grown in this rivalry. I haven't been present for a while, so it'll be fun to watch. Yeah.
What do you see with that matchup with USC's defense?
They're good. They're fast. They fly around. Good front. So we're going to have to handle that. But in terms of schematically, we're going to do what we always try to do, which is, we're going to run the ball, establish run. Everything kind of comes off of that. So we're excited about that.
Is this Movember right there?
A little Movember right here. I got to cut this. My mom's upset about it. Gosh. She's,
Anytime she talks to you, the first thing she
oh
talks
my
about
gosh,
is-
when are you going to cut your hair? Shave your face. Yeah, classic. All
Considering
good.
the number of transfers on this team, and also on USC, they have a lot of transfers too. Do rivalries feel just like a little less bitter when there are just new people coming in?
I don't think so. I think I have a general disdain for SC just for being here for a couple months, just because that's what you're supposed to do, But I don't know if that necessarily plays a role in it. Like going back to Duke, Carolina, there were guys that played with each other in high school or played against each other in high school on either team. So there wasn't a real hatred. Now the fan bases get after it a little bit, and so I'm excited to see kind of how that plays out. But I don't think having an abundance of transfers kind of on this roster really impacts how we feel going into this one.
Sounds like it's actually going to be a sellout, and they're removing some of the targets.
Is that right?
About 70,000 people.
How about that?
Excited about that?
Absolutely. Anytime you can play in front of 70,000, that's awesome. That's what you dream about as a kid. That's why I came out here playing games like this. So, and I'll tell you, 100% of the guys in that locker room kind of feel the same way. So, we're excited. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.